Yeah, good afternoon. You are welcome to our tutorials for today. Today, the subject for today is English language, and our reference book for the class is Catch Up English Language for SSCE/UME by Professor Peter Okebukola et al. And we also have for our past season review. We have Prep 50 English language for JAM UTME. All right, so today in our last class we discussed synonyms, and today we take a look at antonyms. So what are antonyms? Antonyms are words that have opposite meanings. Okay, if you have two words that have opposite meaning, those words are known as what? Antonyms. Good and bad, do they have the same meaning or opposite meaning? Good and bad, do they have opposite meaning, right? So if they have opposite meaning, that means they can be seen as what? Antonyms. Okay, they can be seen as what? Antonyms. 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 They are seen as what? Antonyms. So just as we discussed in the synonym, where we say that you can easily identify synonym by how the words are formed. That's what is called word formation. There's what we call the root word. If you add a prefix or add suffix, you know what is suffix, right? Suffix is added where? In a word, where is suffix added? Is it in the front of the word or at the end? Prefix is at the beginning. Suffix is where? At the end. Just as if you see something like great now, right? If you see something like grateful. If you say ungrateful, if you add un before at the beginning of grateful, it becomes what? Ungrateful. That on shows opposite of the what? The main word. If you put on, it will already give you the meaning that the thing is the opposite of the what? The main word. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, the same way you have in synonym, you can detect which one is synonym using what? The word formation. In that same way, you can actually detect the antonyms using word formation. And there are different things you can add, suffix or prefix you can add to a word to get the opposite meaning of that word. There are some things you can add to a word to get the opposite of what? Such words. Those things are as follows. Number one. Number one. In the beginning of the word, you have something like on, un, in, in, il, im, ir, non, dis, counter, anti, a or a, then d, a, d as in de. These things are called. Sometimes you see them. So, words like this, these words, this that I call now, if you add them in front of a word, it will give you opposites of that word. Is it clear? Now, let me give examples now. Happy. You know that somebody is happy now, right? Happy. You want to get the opposite of happy now, you can put on. If you put un before happy, it becomes what? Unhappy. What does it mean? That the person is not what? Happy. Is not opposite of happy. So unhappy and happy and can be seen as what? Antonyms. Is it clear? Unhappy and happy can be seen as what? Antonyms. Things like another one is what? Literate. You're not putting it down. You have happy or happy. Happy, unhappy. Literate. ILTERATE. Literate. Literate. Remember that there's one I called AL. See? I called AL. So if you put IL before literate, what will it give you? Illiterate. So if somebody is an illiterate, you know what it means now, right? Then if someone is literate, you know what it means. So have you now seen how illiterate and literate can be seen as what? Antonyms. Can be seen as what? Antonyms. Illiterate and literate can be seen as what? Antonyms. Another one is possible. Possible. I mentioned I am before, right? Im. So if you put I am before possible, what will it give you? Impossible. So impossible and possible can be seen as what? Antonyms. You see another word like responsible. Responsible. There's one I mentioned about IR, right? So put IR before responsible. What will it give you? Irresponsible. To give you what? Irresponsible. Irresponsible. So they are what? Antonyms. Advantage. What can we get? What can we add to advantage to get an antonym? Is antonym. This. If you add this now to give you what? Disadvantage. Refundable. Look at those things I listed. What do you think we can add to refundable? No. None. None what? Put none, you put hyphen. Non-refundable. So if you see that something is non-refundable, that means it cannot be refunded. True or false? So it's non-refundable. Another one is social. What do you think we can add to social? From what I listed before. No. Antisocial. this thing at least with the is first instance. Okay. Political. From what I listed, what do you think you can add to political to get an antonym? Huh? No. Apolitical. Apolitical. Just add an, right? Apolitical. Apolitical. So this is for prefixes you add. For some prefixes you add. You know, where do I say that you add prefixes? In the beginning of the word, right? In the beginning of the word, you can add, Did what? Okay, prefix. Prefix. Apart from the adding prefixes, sometimes antonyms can be formed by adding suffixes. You can put that. Number 2. First one is by adding what? Prefixes. Number 2, antonym can be formed also by adding what? Some prefixes. Example. Suffix, right? Right? There are some words you will see. They normally end with FL. Careful. Okay? So tastes like careful, merciful. Now, if you see some of these words, the plural, the antonym can be formed by removing that FUL, full, and put less. By removing the FL, the full, FLU, and putting what? Less. By doing so, you create the what? Antonym for the word. For example, careful. With this now explaining that careful should become what? Careless. Careful will become what? Careless. Colorful will become what? Colorless. Merciful. Colorful will become what? Colorless. Merciful. Merciful will become what? Merciless. Hopeful. Hopeful will become what? Hopeless. Fearful will become what? Fearless. Useful will become what? Useless. All these ones that have less are the what? Antonyms of these words are listed. Are we together? So this can serve as what? Antonyms for a particular word. So from a word you can create the antonyms. From a word you can create its antonym by adding prefix or what? Suffix. Sometimes you may see, even though yes, from what I called before, less normally replaces the word FUL, right? But in some instances, you can see less where there is no FUL at all in the beginning. Do you understand that? There are some ways that you can get the what? The antonyms without even removing that doesn't have full ful inside it, but you can have what? Less as what? Suffix. Example: child. If someone has a child, opposite is what? Childless. Good. You are with us. You are with me. Life. Lifeless. Meaning. Job. Jobless. Did you see any ful in job? So this is the situation whereby less can combine with any other words to show their what? Opposite in what? Meaning. Okay? Sometimes the prefix in a word may change to show opposites. Sometimes the enemy may change. That's mean an enemy. The prefix may what? Change to show the what? To show the what? Opposite in what? Meaning. Example: ascend. A will change to what? Ascend, the opposite is what? Descend. A will change to DE. A in ascend will change to what? DE. It becomes what? Descend. It becomes what? Descend. Encourage. Encourage. That EN may change to what? This. Right? You have what? Discourage. So discourage and encourage are what? Antonyms. Then it has something like construction. What do you think is the opposite? Construction. Is it what? Construction. Destruction. Is it not? Is it not? Destruction. What of subhuman? Subhuman. Sub means below, right? Subhuman. It should be what? Sub and what? Super. Super is opposite of what? Sub. So if you have sub woman, you have super woman. Okay. Substructure. We also have what? Superstructure. Substructure, we have what? Superstructure. Undercook. Undercook is what? Overcook. Underfed is what? Overfed. Are we together? Export is what? Remove that AX, put IM, it becomes what? Export, opposite is what? Export, opposite is what? Import. As you can see, that EX has been removed. You have only what? IM will be added. We have what? Import. External is what? Internal. X and in. Pro-life is what? Pro-life. Tell me now. Pro-life is what? Pro is in support. So the other one is what? Anti-life. Pro-life, anti-life. Pro-life, anti-life. Pro-government is what? Anti-government. Predate is what? Predate is what? Predate is what? Post-date. Okay? Post, that if you write something before the date, then we also have what? Post what? Date. All together. Pre-war, before the war. The opposite is what? Post-war. Antenatal. Antenatal is what? Postnatal. Post. Anti. Post. Post. Natal. Post what? Natal. Okay. Monogamy. Mono. Opposite is what? Mono. Monogamy. Huh? Monogamy is what? Change that mono. Mono means one, right? So opposite of one is what? More than one. Three of us. So what's the name? Polygamy. Good. That mono was replaced by what? Poly. But the gamy is still there. Monogamy and what? Polygamy. Homogeneous. Homogeneous. We have heterogeneous. Hetero what? Genus. Can you write it? Good. Sometimes there are antonyms that doesn't follow this prefix and the suffix thing. That is, they have no business with what? Word formation. There are some antonyms that have no business with what? Word what? Formation. There are some words and opposite you can see. In fact, you can answer them. When we discussed synonym, I said that you can get synonym of a word by checking the word formation, how the word is formed. Okay, you can also check it on how the word is used in a sentence. How the word is used in a sentence. That's how I use chair. You know that chair is this thing, right? But that's how I use chair in an event. You know is chair we are talking about. Am I communicating? So how do you package these chairs? So this part now, you cannot be able to find out how these words are formed. They have no relationship. It just this is the word, this is the word opposite. It's not by word formation. In this case now, for you to be able to identify those words, you consider how they are used in a what? Sentence. You also consider you also consider, apart from how they are used in a sentence, you also consider the meaning of the word, the dictionary meaning of the word. The word, very important. So you know the word you are battling with. Am I communicating? Now, so let's look at this thing now. As I say, there are some antonyms that don't follow any of these words. They are completely what? Different. Example. I'll call a word, you give me their opposite. Let's go. Natural. Natural is what? Is what? Opposite is what? How? Opposite of natural is what? Uh-huh. Is natural or what? Artificial. Two of us. Two of us. Natural or what? Artificial. There are many other. There are many other meaning though. So, rural is what? Rural is what? Rural is what? You should know this one. Rural is what? Rural is what? In the village now, inside the, so rural is the basic, but opposite of rural is what? Urban. Urban area, cities. Then rural what? Area. Is it clear? Urban and what? And what? Rural. So next one is what? Terminate is what? To terminate, what is the opposite? So we have terminate is to do what? Initiate. To terminate something is to stop that thing. Two of us. So opposite of it is to do what? Initiate. Two of us to start. Compose wrinkle. Silence your phone, please. Compose wrinkle. Okay. Compose is what? Opposite. Compose is what? Optional. Compulsory is it is a must that you do it, but optional is that if you like you do, if you like you don't do what? True of us. So optional is opposite of what? Compulsory. Have you seen that you need to know is when the word is not in a sentence, it's scattered like this. You need to know which is which. But sometimes when the word appear in a sentence, you need to calm down and look at how it is what used. So in this way now, where the word is like this, around like this, you must know the meaning of that word. Because this, what you see here now is not a sentence. It's just a word listed. So you should probably be able to point out the one that is opposed to what? Each other. Now what of complements? Huh? What of complements? Compliment is what? Reprimand. Compliment. Reprimand. You know what reprimand means? Maybe if you do something good, you receive compliment. Hey, you are doing well. You are doing well. Hi, God bless you. That is what? Compliment, and you'll be happy. But if you do something wrong, you see yourself, your conscience will start doing what? Disturbing you, and you'll be reprimanded for that thing you did what? Wrong. Are you there? You'll be reprimanded instead of instead of compliment. You'll be what? Reprimanded. Abalagemba. You'll be warned. You know. So so I've been asking how the dictionary meaning of this word is helping me now. It's no longer word what? Formation. Can you see it now? It's no longer word what? Formation. We are not even gone to how they are used, words are used in sentence. Then you see something like condemnation. Condemnation. Condemnation is commendation. Okay? Condemnation is what? Commendation. Condemnation, commendation. Support and what? Support and what? Oppose. Okay? Then we have another one you look at is what? Support is what? Oppose. What of admiration? To admire somebody. Admiration. 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 I admire this guy. But the opposite is disdain. Disdain. Look at it. So, disdain. To admire, admiration and what? Disdain. Disdain is DISDAIN. Disdain. Admiration and what? Disdain. Admiration. 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 Disdain. Admiration and what? Disdain. Okay. Another one you look at is producer. What should be the next one? The opposite one. Producer. And what? Producer and what? Consumer now. Is it not? Producer and what? Consumer. Producer and what? Consumer. Producer, consumer. Okay. There are many of them. Let's stop here. Then, these are situations where this I call that now a situation whereby, okay, let me complete what I have in this textbook. Brevity. 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 Opposite is what? Verbosity. 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 Now you have that data, right? Yes. Okay. When you get home, look up the meaning of brevity and what? This brave is not A, it's EBRE. Find out the meaning of brevity and what? Verbosity. And check whether they are actually opposite or not. Okay? Deny. What should be opposite of deny? Admit. Accept is reject. It's true of us. So deny is opposite is what? Admit. Opposite is what? Admit. Okay. Next one is accidental. 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 What do you think should be the opposite? The antonym. Accidental. Someone can do something accidentally. Someone can do something not deliberate. So you can use deliberate. Accidental and what? I may want to kill something here. I'll beat you. It's accidental, right? But if I target you and slap you, it's deliberate act. True of us. So accidental opposite is what? Deliberate. Okay? Okay? Okay. Have I answered? Have we talked about opposite of producer? What's that? Consumer. Good. Kindle. Kindle. To kindle something. To kindle a light, make it, come up more. To kindle something. Kindle is what? Extinguish. True or false? Extinguish. Fire extinguisher. What does fire extinguisher do? So to extinguish fire. But something, any small thing can kindle fire. True or false? At home, if your gas is not well closed and you go there and put the lighter, it to do what? Kindle. True or false? So opposite is what? Extinguish. Look at this. There are some questions here from this textbook I want us to look at. Like I said, if you listen to that lecture in synonym, you will understand what I'm about to say now more. And when we discuss now, we say that a word may not always, when you use that word in a particular sentence, the meaning may change. Okay? Based on how the word is used in a what sentence, the meaning can change. So the same way now, you may see words that are opposites. Yes, these two words are opposite, but when you use in a sentence, you start seeing like a word may have up to 5 antonyms or more than, but not all of them can fit in a particular sentence. Am I communicating? It's only the one that is related to the content of the sentence that will fit in. I'll give an example. You see, there's a word that there's one word like, see this word, severity. Severity, that something is severe, serious, okay? Severity. It has different antonyms. Like, if something is severe, you can say mild, true of what? Mildness, severity, leniency, moderation, affection. But not all these opposites can fit in every sentence. It depends on the sentence in question. Look at this example from this textbook. Put it down. Uche could not travel last December. Uche could not travel last December. Uche could not travel last December because of the severity of the harmattan. Underline severity. Uche could not travel last December because of the severity of the harmattan. Severity. SEVERITY. Underline severity. Then option A says, which one? Good. I accept that moderation is opposite of severity. But in this sentence, do you think moderation will go well in that sentence? Look at the context. You use this severity. He's talking about that the principal is very, very severe to, as in he is harsh, and he punishes, and he seriously deals with those that are bullies. So what do you think moderation should be the best in there? It's leniency. If you are lenient with somebody, you can tolerate the nonsense the person is doing. Are we there? So the answer should be what? Leniency. Is it clear? It's leniency. The answer should be what? Leniency. Okay. So the principal was known for his leniency towards what? Bullies. Okay? Good. Let's solve more examples from this book. Let's answer it and see how far we can go. Question number 3, right? It says, Ibrahim was full of admiration. Abraham was full of admiration. You know the spelling of admiration, right? Abraham was full of admiration for Amina, but she treated him with dash. A. Amusement. B. Freedom. C. Disdain. D. Restraint. 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 E. Disgrace. Disgrace. What's the answer? What is the answer? You know we are talking about the opposite, right? What's the answer? You should answer disdain. Good. The answer is what? Disdain. Okay. Question. Look at the next question. Number 4. The Economist argued that the apparently inconsequential inconsequential. Inconsequential rise in the price of petroleum. Rise in the price of petrol. Inconsequential rise in the price of petrol had a dash effect on the cost of living.